Yeah. There we go. All right, here we go. Go ahead. Welcome to the City of Maplewood Heritage Preservation Commission. It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024, and it's 7 p.m., so we can start. First, we'll have a roll call, so I'm going to ask, is Barb Karen
Here.
and Laura Koski?
Is not here.
Okay. She's excused. David Hughes? Here. Richard Curry?
Yep.
John Gasper? Here. Bob Cardinal? Here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here, present.
6 here.
Well, we're going to assume.
Not counting people.
Okay,
He's not counting them.
no. So let's look at the agenda. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda? Anyone?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of them.
Okay, under new business?
All scattered throughout. One, we should have a report from the Ramsey County Society from our member that's on the board or what have you. Two, we have to appoint somebody for that position. We never did that last year. We just let them go. Three, we should have somebody write a grant for that project that Lori is working on to get the stuff on the computer, so at least, it can be a paid person. So you don't have to do all that free work by yourself. The demo house, that was put on the agenda, it's put on the unfinished business and it was labeled last month, which we never had. And we had a email from Joe about the old Lions Club Hmong Funeral Home. And the other thing that should go on the agenda is next year's goals.
Okay, very good. We're going to put those under new business, starting with Ramsey County. That'll be 5, and then we'll go from there, all right? For Richard. Richard, those are your additions. Any other changes or corrections with the proposed agenda? All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Okay, we have approval of, Joe? Oh, we need a motion? Okay,
We need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
okay, so is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
As approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All in favor? Agree? Aside? Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-0. Okay, moving on to approval of the minutes. Everybody have the minutes from January? That was January 11th. Staff, Joe provided those minutes. If you'd look at the minutes. Any additions or corrections? Is there a motion to approve the minutes for January 11th?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That's a 5-0. Approve of the minutes. Thank you. Move on to new business. And this one would start with number 1, the welcoming of a new or old commissioner.
Oh, you have to.
Medium.
Are you a new one or an old?
Yeah, you can water. All right, we'll do this, let's see here. All right, yeah, you can look, yeah, Kim, on that camera, you're good. All right,
Whatever.
I, Commissioner Pete Boulay,
I, Commissioner People A,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Minnesota,
and the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner
and faithfully discharge the duties of the Commissioner
as a member of the Heritage Preservation Commission
as a member of the Heritage Preservation Commission
in the city of Maplewood,
in the city of Maplewood,
the county of Ramsey,
the county of Ramsey,
state of Minnesota,
state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Hey, congratulations. Hey,
We got him back.
hey, I'm glad you're back.
Good to be back.
All right. Any comments for Pete? I got a comment. We missed you.
Oh, I miss being here. I didn't know what to do with my Thursdays.
Well, welcome back. And now we can move on to election of officers.
Oh, your pen.
Joe Sharon.
So each year in April, we have to nominate by our bylaws a new commissioner and a new vice commissioner. At this point, I would defer to Commissioner Curry. You're a little more familiar with the rules. The way I was going to propose it is we have a nomination and a second for vice chair. Do we have so
It should go from basically the chair motion,
do you want to do the chair first?
yep, because
Okay.
then whoever doesn't get chair can run for vice chair.
Okay.
And then after that, then the Ramsey County, the one that goes on the Ramsey County Board.
Okay, so at this point, I would entertain a motion for chair and a second. So
Make a
does,
motion.
first, I'm sorry, not a
Chair
mo-
for
I-
Bob
that was-
Cardinal?
Nominations for
That would be, my apologies. I would ask for a nominations. Do we have nominations for chair?
Make a nomination for Bob Cardinal for chair.
You shut your thing off.
I second.
Say it again, John.
Make a motion for Bob Cardinal for chair.
Okay.
Okay, any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Joe?
So, Bob, you are supposed to be doing the closing, opening and closing of all these nominations and bids and what have you.
Okay, all right.
Joe,
There's a nomination and there's a second, and there was one person mentioned for election of officers for president.
and I'll move a white ballot for the chairman,
But-
which is, it's automatic, he's in.
Okay,
Do
all
we
in
have
favor?
to,
I think you have to
You don't
vote.
have
Do
to
we-
do any paperwork.
Oh,
I'll second that, if that's the motion on the
If it
table.
passes, that motion.
so we have to vote on the motion. So basically what you're saying is, when I say you,
Making a motion for a white ballot on the chairman of the commission.
so you're motioning that we're voting on doing basically a non-ballot, a voice
Right.
vote. Because a white ballot to me would mean we get a ballot out and we fill it out.
No,
So I would say to keep it simple, or to keep it clear, you're motioning that we do a voice vote for chair.
right. The white
Okay.
ballot is basically, nobody
no-
else has run,
Yeah.
so
It's like in soccer, clean sheet.
you don't have to use ink or paper.
Gotcha. It's a clean sheet in soccer. Okay, so we have, to just for the record, we have a motion for Bob Cardinal as chair by John Gasper, seconded by Pete Boulay. Then we have a motion for a white ballot, which essentially means a voice vote for that. Do we have a second?
Nope.
Second.
Okay. Do we have a vote?
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you.
Congratulations, Chair.
You. Thanks, Pete. Okay, we'll move on to number 3, Heritage
Oh,
Award.
wait, we got
Hang
one
on, we
more
have to-
election.
Oh, Vice
So the
Vice
next one
chair.
is vice chair.
You got.
Their motion, I'll make a motion that John Gasper be, take the position of vice chair in the absence of the chair. Do you accept? Is there a second? Second. Okay,
Now, Bob, you also have to ask for any other nominations.
well, that's right. Any other nominations? Any others? Any others? There's one candidate.
Nominate Pete.
Oh,
All right,
I want to use the paper.
uh-oh.
okay. All right, so there's John and Pete. Anyone else? Is there another one? Barbara, David, Richard? You've all got that opportunity here? Okay.
Do we have a
so-
second?
Yeah, there has to be a
Oh,
second.
second, for Pete, I'll second Pete's. Okay, so we have two candidates for vice chair.
All right, so I'm going to have to make a ballot,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Don't use up too much paper.
Do you want a piece of notebook paper? Save you a run?
I still have to. Actually, here's what we'll do. Keep it simple. You have notebook paper spare?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, everybody just pass it down, pass it down.
take half or whatever.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take it in half.
Cut it in half.
Yeah, let's do it in half. All right.
You know, it's been a long.
I'm already being useful.
Half or quarter.
Yeah, look how useful I am.
Does everybody have a pen?
Yeah, everybody's got a pen.
Do we need another one? Oh, yeah, we do.
Well, you don't need to have a whole sheet for every,
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just
Should be
and a
enough.
couple.
Hey, that's enough.
Because
That's
it might
plenty.
be the next one.
Okay, no, everybody should use a quarter.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
No, everybody should use a
Oh, you
quarter.
good?
Do a blank ballot. Does everybody at least have one? So what you do, just so we have it, everybody on your sheet,
Okay,
everybody on your sheet, write election of vice chair, and then Gasper, line, put a little line, and then
Yeah, but you can.
Boulay.
We can, we'll have a motion to destroy the ballots.
and a little line, and then just put your, take your vote, and then I'll tally them.
okay.
Don't say
B-O-B.
Y-O-U.
B-O-U-L-A-Y.
Almost like how it says.
Yeah, and Boulay is B-O-U-L-A-Y.
Okay,
All right.
Richard.
Oh, one more.
Might be
One
the
more.
decider.
That's the decider.
Might be a 1, 2, 3.
Could be a tie.
Be a
That would
tie.
be, that would be
Could a
fun.
tie. Now that-
You could go-
We've had
Yes.
that before.
Especially if this is 3 in the morning. You know, re-air, rebroadcast schedule.
They're gonna get a little bit of a history lesson on how to vote.
Oh, I'm sure it's riveting.
All right.
I'm just no name though.
Okay. After tallying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ballots, Gasper has won the vote.
Oh.
And Gasper has been voted in as elected as vice chair.
John?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, John.
Okay. You feel?
I'm okay.
You okay with it?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, next time, all right.
Yes, that's fine.
You gotta turn this way once in a while.
I'm a newbie. I shouldn't.
Okay, so now can we move on?
Apparently, we have to do one more point of business.
more.
Okay.
I don't know if this is we need a motion for this, but we have to appoint someone to be our representative to Ramsey County. Currently, Commissioner David Hughes is our Ramsey County representative.
Suggestion? I think we should,
Or is your mic on?
let's see, where's it? Yes, it is. I would like all commissioners to have that opportunity, and I think we should have all 7 names, Laura included, as possible representatives, and change that as much as we can every year, because it's rewarding.
Since Laura's not here, I would suggest we table this to the next meeting.
Bob.
And Bob
We
would
can do
stay on,
Bob,
or,
the thing is, the city pays for their,
I know that.
well, you can't have, the city's not gonna pay for 7.
no, but I
no,
think
no.
what if I understand, this is the way I understand, Chair Cardinal is recommending that we rotate, that each
Yes.
person has an opportunity each year
Yes.
to sit as the representative.
Yes.
Or the
Well, then-
liaison.
Shouldn't that have to be okayed by the city?
No,
Because it's
I believe this-
expenditure of money?
no.
Well, it's in the bylaw. Because it's in the bylaw, the city has the money set aside. It's a fairly nominal fee. It does not meet the threshold for a council approval.
Okay. Is that, everybody okay with that? All
No,
right,
it's
that'll
just-
be
We'll
on,
just table it to the next.
table it
Okay.
for the next meeting. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the Heritage Award.
Oh, thank you for next time.
The Heritage Award will have a little discussion. I would ask that our staff person turn off the mics until I give them a signal to talk again and hear us.
Could you, I don't necessarily know if we could go in adjournment. We don't have an executive, to go into, we can't turn off the mics.
We can't?
No, it's a public meeting. We can't
Okay,
turn off the
all
mics.
right. Is
There needs to
everybody-
be a compelling reason for us to go into executive committee.
Okay, so I would like to, is everybody okay with that? I'd like to discuss a possible candidate. Everybody okay with that?
Sure.
As long as the viewers.
Yeah. Are you okay with it?
All right, so, after some discussion with past recipients and active people in our Maplewood history, there was a suggestion that Virginia, Jenny Gaynor, be selected for this designation for her involvement. She had very active. She was a staff person for our commission for probably 10 years or so. And she helped champion the Savannah locally designated historical site. And she was also co-chair of the Maplewood 60th anniversary celebration. She was a staff member for us. And she was right at the beginning, even when the Burntrup Farm was getting put on the map. And we have not recognized her. She was a city employee for quite a while, and I don't think she's been a city employee probably for 5 or 10 years. So,
It's been about 5 years.
5 years? Okay, 5 years. So, any comments?
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Okay, thanks, David.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, Ginny.
I like it.
John, Richard,
I'm for,
everybody knows her.
we're
Okay.
all, let's all vote yes.
Well, okay, so.
Well, we need a motion.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion that we accept her, to put her forward, go through.
Her who? Can you say the name again, please?
Jenny,
Jenny Gaynor.
And her
Well-
actual name is Virginia Gaynor, former.
okay.
Parks.
there's-
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to accept Jenny Gaynor as being put up for the Heritage Preservation.
Bobby has it.
Virginia, G-A-Y-N,
G-I-N, Virginia.
G-A-Y-N-O-R, right?
G-A-Y-N-O-R,
I would have to
correct.
go through our
I think so.
archive.
So, any further discussion? Can we have a voice vote on this, Joe?
We need one, yes.
Okay, so I brought forward a name. Dave seconded, I think. Okay.
I have a motion by Curry. I thought it was seconded by Kern.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. That's right. Oh, okay. So Richard made the motion, Barbara seconded, and now we'll take a vote. Pete?
Aye?
David?
Aye.
I vote yes.
Aye.
John? Richard?
Aye.
Barbara, thank you. So it's unanimous.
There's a gap in the years on which year is this for?
This is for 23.
2023, okay. Because there's a gap year now.
Yeah, well, what happened, sorry. For point of clarification, last year, no nominations came
Okay.
in, and we decided to, instead of nominating someone for the sake of nominating them, hold off until another nomination
Okay.
came through.
So that's a precedent that has
All right.
been lapsed, but I don't think that that's so bad. That wasn't so bad.
That's fine. I'm just curious what year.
Yeah. That was 22, so this is
23.
23.
Okay.
Okay, so they're
Helps the
unanimous?
plaque people. The plaque people.
Yes, it does. It saves a
Yes.
year. Okay. I will mention that she accepted the nomination, and she's willing to take the award. In the
great.
past, we've had people not take the award,
Yes.
so,
So you did reach out to her then?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you've been in
Yay.
contact with her?
yes.
Okay.
And I will,
Would you loop me into that conversation
I
so we
will.
could set up a time?
I will.
Normally what happens is once we make the nomination's approved, we would then give the plaque at a city council meeting.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That'd be good. And I will write up some kind of a statement addressing her involvement and her efforts.
Let me know if you want any details.
I do.
Okay.
So anybody want to contribute on that, and that'll be circulated before we announce it.
If it's at all helpful.
Yep.
If you want to send me I've been taking notes. So I have Champion the Savannah, the celebration, 60th celebration, the Burnship Farm. If you want to send me the talking points, I'm happy to put it into a
Okay.
bullet point
Oh, very good.
form. Or I'm sorry, I'm happy to put it into a narrative form that could be then read into the record at the.
Okay, so I think, why don't we all submit our thoughts to Joe? And then, Joe, you can consolidate it and put it in order? Okay, thank you, if you do that. And we'd shoot for, what is it? April, June, or July?
Well, I would probably try to get it on a council calendar sometime in May.
Good, very good.
Sometime late, maybe depending on her. A lot of it depends on her because you don't want to honor somebody and then they're
Yeah.
tied up.
Yeah.
So I will let's coordinate with her, see what
Okay.
dates work best. But hopefully May, June is, this way we don't have to wait all the way till July. on
Very
that.
good. Okay, we'll move on to,
The grant,
no. So, I came up with this one, Maplewood Timeline of History. Is anybody familiar with something like that?
This has been done before, and
I
I'd
don't
have
know
to.
if it's been done in Maplewood, though.
I'll have to find it. There's been something on this.
Okay.
If it is what I think it is, but I'll have to look.
Okay.
It's been a while.
All right.
Actually,
So-
the website follows it
Does it?
chronologically,
Okay.
too.
Maybe that's what I'm
It's up.
thinking.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. So a timeline is something that we can ask other people in Maplewood to contribute, something special that they might know and recognize is very important. And I think that would be a nice introduction to Maplewood for a lot of people. So separate from St. Paul with the history. Yeah, Pete, you probably have.
There's something about it, I remember reading.
Do ya?
There's
Yes.
Someplace there's
Good.
something.
Well, let's,
didn't we have that for the 50th or something like that? The
I wanna say-
timeline?
Bob Jensen did a lot of these timelines, but I don't know if they've been merged in one super timeline.
yeah.
Because that's what they did at the 50th, they got all these,
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Something. We'll look. We'll find
Okay,
something.
so
Is this a web thing?
I think what we want to do is make that a goal. I'd like to suggest that as a goal for 2024, one of our many goals, and I'll stay on top of that. So I think if all of us can kind of
I sent it to you.
dig it out and then send it to me, and then we'll consolidate it all.
Is there, the one thing I'd like to point out or ask is what's your mechanism for getting people to submit? So how do you I mean, it's great that hopefully folks are watching tonight, but how do you let folks know to submit?
You.
Okay. Secondly, I would appreciate, especially for folks on this commission who do have ties to sort of the non-traditional communities, that we ask folks from the Hmong community, from the Karen community, from the South Asian community, from people who came here as non-U.S. citizens to work for 3M and then became citizens. That type of history, I think, is really important to commemorate as part of any timeline.
Very good.
Say, Bob, how many years is this? Is this getting up to be almost 70 years now
Well, we are.
for the city?
2027.
Huh?
2027.
Well, we could have a big party and
58.
add all these
57.
questions,
Yeah.
sit down.
So we got it 3 years then, Pete?
Yeah, we got some
But
time.
it takes almost 3 years to get something like that going.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Because we'll sit and talk about it,
yeah.
and then it kind of goes, and then it comes back, and then,
We'll keep track of it. We'll all contribute to that. Okay, that is new business. Now we'll move on to unfinished business. Joe, are you ready for,
Yes, and the point of clarification to Commissioner Carey earlier, I usually put unfinished business as demos because it's ongoing business. We could move it to new business. I just put it on as an unfinished item because the demos are
for
ongoing.
the, but what about I was looking at the grant, getting somebody writing a grant for that, to put the homes and what have you, something like we did with the contact
Study.
book, and to get funding so that one person doesn't have to do all the work by putting it online.
okay,
I could reach out to Michael Coop, who, as everyone knows, is our SHPO representative, to see what grants would be appropriate for this type of work. A lot of times the grants only qualify for certain types of projects. So I'll reach out to the Department of Admin and SHPO to see if this type of project would
You
be.
know, I was down really when she first come in, but when you stop and think of all this paperwork that she has to go through to condense it and get it on a computer so that everybody, it's more than one person, 5 people can almost do volunteering.
The one question I would ask is, in order to have somebody who's qualified do this, is a grant going to be enough to cover their work? We'd probably have to hire a third-party contractor who's qualified to work alongside of the commissioner to do this kind of work. So those would be the questions that I would want to ask, whether it's the commissioner, whether it's the Department of Admin.
They used, like, who was it, for
Yeah.
this contact, Pete, you know a little
That's
bit.
that was done in 2013. Commissioner Runberg did that, helped do the, I was looking to see how much it cost. That's what I haven't,
I don't
how much
know,
was,
but
how
they
much
have
was the
X
grant?
amount of-
Yeah. Huh?
X amount of dollars, but once they get it, the
Yeah.
rough, most of it put together,
I
then we
only,
should have somebody trained so that one of us or who was ever sitting here at the time can add it in. Because it won't be like this big brick falling on top of somebody's head.
well, this is a major thing.
Yeah.
'Cause once we establish it, we can add to it.
I think unfortunately, the person on our commission that could most answer this question is not here this evening because she's the one doing. I know I have picked through reams of this stuff already trying to get through it. Yeah, thanks, John. And it's months. It really is months, and it's painstaking, and sometimes the tags don't stick on the program that we're using. And the fact that she's been out has kind of taken her out of the loop as far as being able to talk back and forth. I think she would have an idea what and how and who we could have do this versus us just, because that 2013 and 2024, you could probably multiply that by about 5 times. Because the cost of everything has gone up, the cost of people's services have skyrocketed, And it's not gonna be in paper either.
No, it'll
It's
be
gonna
on.
be on the web.
It'll be on the web
Which
deal.
cuts some
And
down, but
You gotta have somebody that knows how to do the web. And we're out of it. I get it, I do something, and it's by accident that I get it to do something.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion. The motion is that we have this as one of our goals for 2024. Is there a second?
Second?
Barbara seconds it. Thank you. All in,
can you
David?
restate what we're about to vote on? Are you talking about the timeline or? Okay.
So,
Let's, before we get too far ahead, because what we probably should do is instead of sort of one-offing each of these goals, we should probably, I would request that we hold off on a motion on each individual goal, and similar to the other project we're working on, send me a list of proposed goals. I'll put together that list of proposed goals, and then I'll come up with some timelines, some course of action, those kinds of things. And then at our next meeting, we could vote sort of on a full, comprehensive list of goals. While this is important, and it's important to have this as a goal, we generally do our goal setting at the November meeting.
We didn't do it last year.
I could go back and check the records. We usually do either the November or we start it in the November meeting, and we usually finalize it in the January meeting. So we could I'm happy to sort of, not to entertain, but to call everyone's goals, and then we could come up with a sort of a formal list of, and instead of just calling it goals, I would recommend we call it a strategic plan, and then look at what we did last year, look at what we tried to accomplish, and then create a strategic plan for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. Because usually our strategic plan is not a 1-year timeline. So even though we didn't take action on goal setting in our January meeting, that doesn't mean we weren't working toward one of these goals. I think what we should probably do, like I said, is we'll submit. I have the goal of the timeline. I have the goal of getting a grant, and maybe we'll look at the goals that are currently on the strategic plan, and then present a formalized strategic plan at the next meeting.
okay, everybody acceptable to that?
Do we have any information on our goals from the prior year and which ones were at what status they might be? I know there was a sign that we were working on and something else.
The
that
one
just
major
kinda-
goal that we have been working on is this 100-year, and that's the one goal we've made progress on. And I could share. I have them in my data. Had I known we were going to talk about this tonight, I would have brought the file. So I could share that with the team.
Okay. Any other discussion? Any other clarification? We'll move for this under new business next meeting. Okay. Any other comments? Okay, we'll move on to unfinished business. Demo. Joe?
We have a demo application at 549 Farrell Street North. It's a home. We checked, it's not on the 100-year inventory list. This demo permit was issued on March 8th, 2024. I don't see, looking at the place on Google and Google Maps, I don't know if there's anything significant or historic about the place.
Did anybody get pictures of it?
I have the Google Map images.
Because that should be in our packet when we get them.
What's the year built of this
I
house?
don't have a year built on that.
I'm Googling it now.
Sorry.
Does anybody have any idea how old this would be?
I get
When they do the demo permits, they don't submit the year built.
Yeah. Well, let's see, 1938. And let's see. Wow, talk about a very small house. 560 square feet.
How much?
560 square feet.
That's
I
small.
can't even picture it. I'm trying to think where this, Farrell Street.
That's a,
It's down in the south.
It's 5? I don't
corner
know.
of the city by the nature center.
Okay.
It's off of Century
Oh,
Avenue.
Must be down by Dagies, the old Dagies.
By Dagies? Oh, now I know it. Yes. Okay. Anybody know the oh, who would know the history of this? Kathy Juniman? No. Who grew up?
Kathy might
Kathy
know a
might.
little bit because her dad was down there by the 9 to 5 club.
With any of these, it's always, if there's any tidbits of history, it's always kind of fun to attach to the, once they're gone, to answer questions. Because there's got to be a story with this one. It's so small. It's such a small house.
I know George Dagies dead now.
Yeah.
So this is good that we do this, so we
Yeah.
get in a rhythm that we recognize demolitions?
Yeah.
So, okay, any further discussion on 549 Farrell Street North? Okay, let's move on to number 2, mapping potentially historic structures update.
Because Commissioner Koski's not here, she did not have any additional updates for us at this
Okay.
point. But it sounds like other people in the commission were working on this. I don't know if anyone else wants to weigh in.
So we'll put that, table that until next meeting. Visitor presentations.
I was told by TJ over at the barn that he had another obligation tonight, so he wasn't going to be able to make it.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the commission or the city? I would like to mention that the manager is Mike Sabo,
Yes.
okay?
New city manager?
And,
New
yes, and.
Back?
Yes,
And
And
he
I-
was our former liaison.
yes.
Yes.
So, just for the public to know that Mike Sabo was here probably 3 years or 4 years or something like that. 2 years, okay. And he helped our commission for a good amount of time. And I think that is wonderful that we have him back as city manager. So, any other comments? Is there anything else for the,
Were you gonna bring that other thing up
what was that, Rick?
that you passed out?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
But you had some things, Richard.
No. Mine all got taken care of.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well,
Okay.
It was the one that you sent the other night.
you can stop there. That'd be good. Is there any other comments or any other additions to our agenda that we haven't covered?
I got one quick question. Why are we quarterly and not monthly?
I think,
What's the background? I totally missed this. I mean, I'm new, of course. I don't know the history of what's the.
We went through it the last, I could talk to you offline
Okay,
about why
all
we're
right.
quarterly.
Okay.
Or you could just watch the last meeting, or
Okay.
not the last meeting, but the.
2 meetings ago, I think?
September meeting.
Okay, because
I think
I didn't see it on the agenda when I looked. I tried to look it up,
Yeah.
and it wasn't on the agenda. So, my concern of that is continuity and progression of activities. That if you, when's our next meeting? I don't even know. July. I mean, you miss one meeting, and you're like half a year gone. So I don't know. It's something. This is for the future. Every other month.
would you
might be
want to
better.
put that in the agenda for next meeting?
Yes, I sure would. Yeah, I mean, is there a happy medium? I understand maybe not having every month because obviously the commissioners voted in favor of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. So, but every 4 months is.
I thought it was gonna be all the commissions when stuff went through.
Oh.
And it
Yeah, I know.
ended up just being our commission.
Okay.
And the feedback that I've heard out in the public is, oh, the historical commission doesn't wanna meet.
Well, I mean, I'll put it on the agenda to discuss next time. I just was surprised. I didn't realize it.
All right. Very good.
I
Anything
might
else?
miss July. I don't even know. When is it in July before we dismiss here? When's
It's
the
the
next?
second, it would be the second Thursday in July.
So okay.
11th?
Oh,
July
I actually
11th?
got it on the calendar.
July, is it
Yeah, if
July
it's-
11th, Joe?
I just guessed. So
Okay, so
I had to double
July
check right
11th?
here. Hang on a second.
because I saw this one could have been another April too, right? There was a
To
clarification.
be there on the 11th?
I hope so.
David?
Yeah, it'd be July 11th.
Okay, Joe, can you be there on 11th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
11th.
John, can you be there on 11th? Richard,
Okay.
can you be there on the 11th? Barbara?
Barbara?
Far out.
You don't have anything else going on.
So, my term was up the end of April this year. And I had notification from, was it Lois Knutson, that I needed to let the city know whether I was going to continue or not. And I had decided to not continue, only because I'm kind of going in a different direction. I'm going to be working more on conservation and, rather than government, so.
Okay.
So you're telling us this is your last meeting?
It is,
Oh.
it is. But I have really, really enjoyed working with all of you and seeing the progress that's being made, so. And sitting next to Richard.
You're keeping
So-
Richard under control, I see.
So I want to thank all of you for all of your support, and I really, really last year enjoyed so much going to the state convention or conference. That really meant a lot to me, and I learned a great deal. So,
Okay.
you know, you can always ask me for help or if there's something that you would like me to do on the sidelines. So,
Grants?
yeah, yeah. Well, you
Oh,
know, I'm
there
a
you
grant
go.
writer.
Oh,
You can get,
That's the other thing
you
too.
can get
Bob.
compensated now if you're not.
that's
Yeah,
right.
we get that. Yeah. So,
You've got a background there, that'd be good.
yeah.
Okay.
Do we have your email so we can reach out to you? I don't know if I do.
Can I just give it to
The
you
email
after
should.
the meeting is
Yeah,
over?
the two things. One, the email, because everyone is on our email list, so if you go back to the last couple of emails that I sent out to the full commission.
okay.
It's there. It's also on our website. So
Oh.
the commission, the
Oh, okay,
HPC
that's-
website.
that's right.
It's also on the website
All
there,
right.
so you could go.
I'm out
go
of
there.
practice with this
Yeah.
stuff, so.
Everyone here, everyone
about
here
that.
kind of has an odd email.
It's coming up, Dick, we gotta,
They don't follow the
We gotta
normal
decide
first
who-
name dot last name at somewhere. It's your happy people.
Happy Pebble, Pebble.
Get
Get
your
it? Happy
sunshine,
Pebble?
your sunshine. He's
Yeah.
the man 108.
Yeah. That's the
Hughes.
name of my
Oh, I gotta
dogs.
look at this now. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Everybody kind of has an offbeat. Bob, I got an email that
Yeah, I got hacked, so,
Oh, it's
No,
on
I
the
didn't-
web.
I didn't say the
so,
whole thing.
Yeah, it's on the web. so
hacked, so, yeah.
But see,
thanks.
that way they're just so memorable.
yeah, that's right. They gotta be weird.
yeah,
Okay.
it's all the emails are on the website.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I
Okay,
forget about that.
Before we conclude, the convention, or not the convention, the state, what is it
Conference?
The
called?
state conference this
Conference.
Yeah, it is in Red Wing this year, last weekend of September.
Okay, so that would be,
I had it in the January meeting notice.
yeah, let's look here. September, the last week is, Monday is the 23rd through the 27th.
It says 18th through 20th.
18th through 20th?
Yeah. Well, that's what was in the January
Oh,
minutes.
18th through 20th. So think about that. There's always funds available from the state to pay for that because they want participation. We're obligated by law to be there, aren't we? To
We're-
participate.
By the SHPO statute, at least someone from this commission, whether it's myself or one of the commissioners, is required to attend to keep our status current. There are funds available through, I don't know about this year, they haven't made an announcement this year, but generally in years past, there are funds through the Department of Interior that are kind of passed through the Department of Admin. What I would request is to just kind of give space for other organizations that want to go. I would request that our ask be no more than 2 people, or our ask for funds be no more than 2 people.
Yeah, we want somebody to keep that in mind, and it's somebody here.
Where is it at?
It's
Red Wing.
Yeah, it's just an hour away.
Did you?
I think those that haven't gone in the last year or so.
Yeah,
should have
I
first
think so. So Pete and Richard,
And usually Laura,
John.
Commissioner Koski goes by virtue of her day job.
oh, okay, okay. So Pete, maybe you could see,
I don't know. I'll have to look.
and then Richard
what,
and John.
what?
I could send the information. I don't know that there's a ton of information out there other than a save the date as of right now, but I could send the information out.
But
so
let's
people
shoot
know.
for 2 at least.
The presentations are just so.
Yeah, it's fabulous, fabulous. Actually, if we can get a third one. So if we can get 3, Joe, can you go to that?
It depends on my schedule.
Okay.
Off the record, I usually try to go to Munich that time of the year.
They're gonna have him work.
So let's shoot for 3. If we get 3, great. If we get 2, great. But at least 1. We have to have 1 there.
Well, does Laura go there anyway?
By virtue of Laura's day job, she's usually, she works for Nenau and Associates.
Okay.
Is her day job, and because of that, she typically goes for that. But it would be good to have someone who hasn't been there
Yes.
before,
Yes.
who has time.
The great thing from last year is there's some really high-functioning organizations like ours that we could really pick up some tips and learn to function better together. And Red Wing has got some amazing buildings. Absolutely, as did Mankato. I mean,
Go down and watch the shoes being made in the Red Wing pottery.
Yeah.
Done that. And they got a great park out down there too, on top of the
So,
hill.
so Joe, maybe if you see that there are scholarships available, if you could request that.
Typically, they send that information out midsummer. So I'll keep an eye out,
yeah.
and midsummer, they usually let folks know.
Good, all right. Okay, anything further? Pete? Have anybody?
I got a question. Is there an age limit to being a commission?
As far as younger or older?
Younger.
So 2 things. I believe you have to be at least of voting age to be on a city commission and have a voting spot. I know as a trial run, the Park and Recreation Commission have 3 student commissioners that are all under 18, but they don't have a vote. So they're on as sort of an ex officio advisory role, but they don't have a vote. And what had happened was they, as a commission, voted and decided to open that position. So at their last meeting, they actually interviewed the 3 potential commissioners or 3 potential student commissioners who are all from North High School. And we got an okay turnout. One of their commissioners, I set up an opportunity for one of their commissioners to go to North High, speak at one of their social studies classes about the opportunity. We had 3 folks come on. If this commission wants to entertain that, I could go to, what I'm concerned about is the pool is a really narrow pool, and we already kind of pulled from that pool already. I can go to I could see if there are other opportunities for other. What I'm saying is the pool for people who are interested in is really small, and they've already kind of been asked to be on a different commission. So.
No, I thought it'd be nice to have a younger person.
Yeah, it's not like president. You don't have to be 35, and but I believe you have to at least be of voting age to be a voting member on this commission.
Yeah, you don't
They could
realize
probably
it,
do
so
computers better than we can. So they
I thought you were asking if you could age out.
And then you got
Yeah, you were getting me nervous with that
Yeah,
question.
it's
I
like,
was-
wait a minute.
Roseville.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Joe.
Yeah.
And thanks for asking that, John. So I think we should applaud Barbara Kern.
thank you.
Thank you for serving. And maybe they'll have some kind of recognition when this Heritage Preservation Award is given. Maybe they can give you your send-off accommodation or whatever it is. Okay, anything further? Any hockey game tonight?
No,
Yeah, NCAA.
Oh, that's right.
Denver beat one of the Boston teams.
Oh, yeah, good.
that's why he's not running out the door.
Okay,
All right.
we're adjourned.